Classic heat here on Shade 45. This is the Punchline Academy. I am the infamous Amadeuz. My guy, E.D.I is here. We were having some very interesting conversation. I had someone here that was from Coney Island, and he had said that he was the first rapper to ever get signed from Coney Island. And honestly, I don't think that it was his fault that he said that. Because
not at all.
You were probably the first actual rapper that got signed from Coney Island. Do you think maybe because the label that you were on, they didn't kind of relate to you as a New York artist? Or because I mean, there was so many people from that label that were actually from the East Coast.
Well, I'm gonna tell on myself right now because we're gonna take it back a little further. Joeski Love, who did the song Pee Wee Herman, was from Coney Island.
Really?
He's actually the first artist to have a hit song from Coney Island. And to give you some more trivia, the drums from the Pee Wee Herman, Daz sampled for Ambitious as a Rider.
Oh shit!
And
really?
so when Daz played that beat for Pac, I knew exactly where he got the drums from. But Daz is a hip hop head, so he sampled those drums from Joeski Love, Pee Wee Herman, and he was from Coney Island. And so, of course, we as a group get lumped in with the West Coast, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you know your history, you know Pac was from Harlem. He was in New York. His first rap name was MC New York.
Yeah, I mean the way that he moved was straight New York.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the swag, the whole
straight
shit.
New York.
Even the type of clothes he wore, the jewelry. Yeah, that's not West Coast at all. You know what I mean? But he got on the West. We came out West and got on the West, and so a lot of people associate us with the West Coast. And I love the West Coast, and I love West Coast hip hop, and I'm grateful to be accepted out there. But make no mistake, we know who we are, and we know where we from, and we never fronted or tried to act like we was from the West Coast. We always was who we are. And then also a lot of my group is from Jersey. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Newark, Montclair, you know what I'm saying, East Orange, and so on and so forth. So you know, my part of the group and my history in the group, as far as where I'm from, kind of got lost in the sauce.
It got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm from Coney Island, Brooklyn. I lived there until I was 13 years old, and then I moved around the United States, most notably the Midwest, Minnesota to Oakland, but my whole family is from New York, and I always came back, always visited. Always love the city, and I always come back when I get a chance.
Yeah, shout out to my people in Coney Island and in New York City running the play. Of course, Inphamus Amadeuz is from New York City.
Shout out to all my cousins, man. I got wild cousins in New York.
Yeah, they outside?
Yeah, they outside. We linking up later, too.
Yeah. Now, whenever I name my top 5 MCs, I always have Pac as number 1. Like, for me, he is the greatest MC because the MC is the master of ceremonies, right? I think we kind of confuse lyricist from MC. And that is the greatest person I've ever seen touch a microphone, articulate his voice, be able to make you laugh and cry at the same time. Do you think that it's a travesty in a sense where that message is not unilateral within hip-hop, considering that everything that happened was before the age of 25?
Yeah, man, but I also realize that music is subjective, and you know, everybody's got an opinion on it, and it also got to a point where Pac's presence loomed so large, it's almost like the LeBron James effect. You know, he's so great, somebody gotta not like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot be that great that everybody like you. Somebody gotta not like you. Somebody gotta feel like you're not worthy of the top spot. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I agree with you. I feel like, you know, he's the greatest, and you know, not just because I'm closely affiliated with him, because I'm a fan of this culture. And so if my man wasn't the greatest, I would say that shit. Like, nah, and I love other MCs too. You know what I'm saying? Pac is not my only favorite MC. He's not even somebody whose music I listen to 24/7. I know the Pac fans gonna be like, what, you don't nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I was there for a lot of those records. So I don't listen to him 24/7 around the clock, but I understand and give him his props. As another MC, yeah, Son's range was wild.
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah, it was
Their
crazy.
mama hit him up. Like, it's nobody walking around with that in their catalog, that range of music, and able to touch so many emotions lyrically that he did. And music is supposed to make you feel something. And he was the king at making you feel something, whether you was like, I hate this nigga, I love this nigga, I love my mother because he made Damn Mama, I hate my father because he made Papa song. Like, he gave you the whole spectrum.
It was the emotional display. So to kind of piggyback off that, let's say if Pac was alive right now, right? Who would go against Pac in the verses, dead or alive? Like what artists? Is there someone if he was around right now?
Yeah, I think
who would go?
You know, as far as longevity is concerned, E40.
Okay.
Jay. You know what I mean? Those are the first two that come to mind because their catalog span
and there's so much different emotions.
And there's so many different emotions that they can give you, you know. But it's MCs that could go against him in the verses. Now, would they win? That's a different conversation.
That's what it is, Tone. Well, we need one of those like hologram verses where we bring like rappers like on stages and do like a hologram verses.
That would be really cool. Yeah. I know a lot of people will pull up to see that. E.D.I, I mean, the last time we did an interview, you probably don't know this, but the host asked you a question, but I'm the one that sent a text message to the host to ask you this question.
Okay.
And you talked about a time where you were in the club and you went up to Bobby Brown and he showed you in his wallet that he had the inmate card that they give to prisoners, and it was 2Pac's card that he carried around. And I thought that story was so cool and it didn't get enough attention. You mind like rehashing that story for us?
Yeah, no doubt. And we was actually in a barbershop. We was actually my man Doc. Shout out to my barber Doc in LA, one of my longtime friends, and he cuts Bobby's hair too. And we was in a barbershop and just chopping it up, just talking about life and different shit. And Bob just in the middle of the conversation pulled it out, and it was Pac's prison ID. And he was like, yeah, your man gave me this when he got out of jail. And I was like, and Bob still got it. And he, you know, he had it at that point. I don't know if he still got it now, but he had it at that point. It was in his wallet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Tone. That's actually a good story, man. This is the Punchline Academy, Shade 45. I am the Inphamus Amadeuz. Let's play an E.D.I classic. Let's play Roses. This is a record that I've played a few times here on Shade 45. I saw somewhere online this was a Kobe tribute. Is that true, or?
It was absolutely the video that I did was a Kobe tribute, but the song was inspired by the murder of Nipsey Hussle.
Really?
And the amount of love that he got after he was murdered. You know what I mean? And right now I can speak to experience because so many people reached out to me once they seen I had a heart attack, people that I haven't spoken to in years. And it just always struck me as peculiar that, you know, people get emotional once they see someone die. And I was like, Nip should have got this love when he was still walking around, and he got love in LA. He was starting to get the love that he deserved, but he didn't get the love that he got after he was murdered, tragically, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, this deserves a song. We got to start giving each other our flowers while we still here to receive them, and not, you know, when we in the grave, and you know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. This is Shade 45. E.D.I. Means here. Let's play this classic, Roses, live and direct.